Hello everybody, welcome to Railway Trip in Tibetan Style. This is Niao Niao. I'm very happy to bring you a brand live stream here in Tibet. Actually, in previous live streams, we have already brought you a very cultural, high-end, sophisticated side of the Tibetan culture. And right now, we are going to take you to one of the top tourism spots here in Tibet. Actually, this little town is called Lunang, Lulang in Nyingchi, one of the most beautiful place here in Tibet. And for those of you who are not familiar with our live stream, we usually live stream on CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and 英语环球广播微博. But for our special series, we're actually live streaming on all the platforms possible, including CGTN, including China Plus Culture. And I see all the reason in the world to do so, because Tibet can offer just so much. It is, of course, a very important part of the culture, and being in an integral and very special part of the Chinese culture and history, it deserves all the platforms' attention. So I'm very glad to do this special series of live stream. And if no matter where you're watching the live stream, it is all fine. As long as you like the live stream, please like and share and comment as much as possible. And you can leave any questions as well. I will shout out to you as long as you leave a question, a comment, or anything. And here we are in the little town of Lunang. You might feel that this place resembles a little bit of perhaps Switzerland because of the snow-capped mountain in faraway areas, a little bit covered by the clouds, or perhaps because of the beautiful forest covering the land that I can see with my naked eyes. I can only see the beautiful forest. That is because actually Nyingchi is a place with a forest coverage of more than 50%. That is pretty awesome. And as for this little town, Lunang, actually Lulang Lunang little town, or nowadays we call it Lunang International Tourism Town, is only looking like this. I'll say started from 2016. Ever since 2016, some very special helpers, some very special supporters started to come into this little place from their hometown, which is Guangdong province, started this so-called Aid Tibet project. I will dig into that a little bit and tell you how come this beautiful town is looking like this. Actually, it has its advantages from the very beginning. Its location is superb, and if you are hiking or if you are traveling in Tibet, if you are cycling in Tibet, this is the perfect place to have a little bit rest, stay in a homestay, enjoy some local delicacy, and then pack your package and start hiking again. So this is kind of like a beautiful resting spot. But ever since 2016, local government discovered that this spot or the people in this place actually can do much more with its advantages. So they started to make this town the international tourism town, making sure that more and more people can enjoy the modern facilities, and more and more people, local people, get to take advantage of their geographical, let's say, strength, so that they can provide better homestay services and provide a better food and better quality service to people traveling here. And that is why they transformed the previous farm family little town into this tourism town. So let's say hello to some of you who have already joined the live stream. I always love to interact with you, since talking to you guys makes me feel like I'm actually talking to each and every one of you instead of just, having a monologue right here. So let's have a shout out. I'm saying hello to Sang, saying wow, MD saying hi, Ramat saying hello, Muhammad, and Seal, happy to see you, very happy to have all of you here. Arif, hello to you. Li Yung saying good morning to you too. And Shaheen saying so lovely. I totally agree with you. This is totally a lovely little town. Like I said, in this place you can not only enjoy the natural resources, but also some high-end qualified and high-quality services because of the construction of this little town. And I'm also saying hi to Ni Hao, Jessie. Jessie, you were here. You were not around the last live stream. I'm a little, no, I'm kidding. I'm just joking with him, teasing you. You are one of my best friend online, and you are being very supportive always. So thank you very much for being here today. We have Subramania saying fantastic talking on nutrients. Yes, we are going to talk about nutrients as well a little bit later. In this little town, it has a lot to offer, so I am going to try to offer as much as possible. Happy to SPC, hello to you too. And we have Simon saying, please show the geography of Tibet to put into perspective. Oh, that is a very good question, or let's say suggestion. So Tibet locates in the rather southern part of China. Its area, or its land area, is around 120 square kilometers, roughly the combination of Germany, France, Italy together, and a little bit bigger than that. So it is a vast area. But the entire Tibet, it is with a average altitude of over 4,000 meters above sea level, making this place not that suitable for human living in this area. And that is why the population of the entire Tibet is around 3.5 million. And to put things in perspective, actually the population of Beijing, of the capital here, would be around 20 million. So yes, Tibet is not a very populated area. But because of the plateau, because of the high mountains, including the highest mountain, the Cumulama, this place is also very beautiful and provides great natural resources and natural views. For example, Nyingchi, the county we're staying right now, actually has the Yalu Zangbu Grand Canyon. That's Yalu Zangbu Daxiagu. It's one of the most beautiful canyons here in China, and it is also home to many different kinds of species, including plants, including animals, all kinds of interesting, let's say, creatures in this area. So that's the rough idea of Tibet. And as for Lunang, we are staying in. Actually, the village of Lunang, set in the valley of the Yongchu River, makes for a good rest stop. And for this place, it is considered by some people the Switzerland in Tibet. We say 西藏的小瑞士啊，西藏小瑞士, the little Switzerland, because of the beautiful natural view. And even though you feel like it's not very populated, not a lot of tourists, it's actually because China has experienced a little bit of resurge of the pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic has been this battle that we're all fighting together. People all around the world are fighting against this pandemic, and China is taking it very seriously. I've seen some reports saying that the pandemic is becoming a hindrance of people's lives. It's, let's say, affecting people's so-called normal lifestyle. But in my personal opinion, I think when we are in the age, in the era of the pandemic, there's nothing normal anymore. We have to embrace the new normal kind of lifestyle. And for me personally, if a little bit inconvenience in my travel experience, a little bit inconvenience in me spending some fun time in a hotel would get to help people, more people stay healthy and get to spare thousands of lives, I would be more than happy to embrace those inconveniences. So that was actually a lot of, well, that's the mentality a lot of Chinese people have. And that is why you can see that actually a week ago, this place is packed with people, is packed with tourists. All these hotels were booked, fully booked. We actually tried very hard to get a hotel room and get a train ticket when we were planning our business trip here to Tibet. But because of this small research, I have to say that many tourists decided to cancel their tickets. Well, they can still come, like we did. We came if they want to, but many of them still decided to stay in, to stop traveling around, to prevent contact with crowds as much as possible, so that it will make the management work, the prevention and protection of people, the prevention of the pandemic and the protection of the people a little bit easier for thousands of medical staff, or tens of thousands of medical staff working in the frontier trying to help people. So that is why you see this town is not really populated, it's not packed with tourists, only us. And since I'm not really with a lot of people, I'm not wearing a mask, I want you to see the entire me directly. So hopefully I've answered your question about how come it's not very crowded. And in the meantime, I also have SPC saying we'll come to Bangladesh. I would love to, but like I said, the pandemic is making it really hard for us to travel, not only private trips but also business trips as well. So if I go, I will totally let you know, and I will pay a visit. Perhaps we can do a show together, you know? Let me know what you think. And hello to Abnar, hello to Ruben saying, hi Niu, you're traveling too much. That's wonderful. Yes, I am traveling, but it's also, you know, working a little bit, but it's the kind of work I love because I get to talk to you guys, bring you the beautiful culture and natural resources here in China. And in the town of Lunang, I see the beautiful blue skies and the really, really low clouds pressing against the beautiful mountains, and that is just beyond amazing. So very happy to be here with you. And let's see what are some other comments. We have Yu Li Zhong saying, I feel the shape of the paving stones is a little unique. That's true. Vivian saying, is it a village? I don't see any people. See, that's what I was talking about. This is a tourism or international tourism town. We call it Lunang International Tourism Town. Actually, we dipped a little bit into that. That is a concept I'd like to introduce to you today. That is, in Chinese, we call it 援疆援藏. 援, 援助, aid. 疆 stands for Xinjiang, that is the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, and Zang stands for Xizang, that's Tibet. 援, 援助. So this is basically projects aiding or providing support to the area of Xinjiang, the area of Tibet, to these two autonomous regions. And the reason this exists is because these two areas sit on the west-north and west-south part of China. And due to the gap of economic development, because of their rather not ideal geographical situation or geographical condition, there has been this difference in the development between these two places and some other provinces in China. And you know, we Chinese people, we believe in 共同富裕, if you recall this concept, common prosperity. And that is why people from other provinces started this special projects aiding these two areas, these two autonomous regions. So if you are participating in a 援疆项目 or 援藏项目, if you're participating in any of these projects, you're going to spend around 3 years in the local area and providing your personal specialty, your skills to help local people improve their lives. And they require sometimes government officials in local governments in different provinces. Sometimes college graduates get to go as well, and they're also in special needs of teachers because sometimes local teachers are not that fluent in Mandarin, and they would need some teachers to teach them both Mandarin and, for example, Tibetan language, which people are still speaking quite a lot here in Tibet. So these kind of special aiding projects, 援疆援藏项目, like I said, would take around 3 years. And it's the kind of project that, the kind of experience you would have once in a lifetime. You go to a place that's, the environment is totally different from yours, and you started to help local people. And local people are actually very appreciating, and that is something I would say very nice, and perhaps in the future, if I have the opportunity, I'd like to try. And as for the little town of Lunang, the reason I mention it is because this place is a designated helping spot of the Guangdong province. Guangdong province would help with the development of the place of Lunang International Tourism Town. I actually do have a little bit of numbers here. Let me see if I can find them for you. We have here the leapfrog development of ecological tourism in Lunang is both a result of an example of pairing up support for Tibet. The pairing up support, you can kind of understand it as when you're in a class, there are people students who are really good at taking the test, studying the subject, and there are people who are not that quick on such items, and the teacher would pair you guys up. The fast one, well, let's say the rather higher score one would help the lower score one. It's a little bit like this. Since Tibet was in need to develop its economic as well as social situation, for Lunang, their pairing up team member would be Guangdong province. So what we say is 对口援助. 对口援助, pairing up support. So this is a provincial level regions, and the centrally administered enterprises would come here and provide funds, provide personnel, as well as technology. With the pairing up support policies, which started in 1994, certain provinces, municipalities, and state-owned enterprises are designated to render assistance to Tibet. And for Lunang International Tourism Town, it was Guangdong province. So I guess you can still taste a little bit of Cantonese cuisine if you want here. So that's about it. And as for Lunang's natural situation, it is also called Dragon King Valley, 龙王谷, Dragon King Valley, because comparing to other mountains surrounding this place, it is a little bit kind of like a valley area, which provides this place with a rather high level of oxygen supply and also really fresh air. And people say Nyingchi, as well as specifically Lunang, it is a 天然氧吧 natural oxygen bar. You can enjoy the oxygen here even though the altitude of Lunang is around 3,300 meters above sea level. All right, let's see if you guys have any questions here, because I think I've been mumbling a lot already. I just really want to provide you with as much information as possible. Okay, we also have Marvin saying, so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. I agree with you that sharing is caring, and I love to share, and I'm very happy you're appreciating it as well. And you get to travel so many places as a part of your job. Do you like it, or is it overwhelming? Well, it depends. I think mostly I love it, especially when I do the research, go to the places, embrace the culture, and getting to share them with you. That is just the jewel on a crown. That's perfect. So I love that part. But the only tiny little problem for me is I do have high altitude sickness, and it's getting a little bit hard. So if you see me getting short in my breath, stop being able to talk like this, it is also natural, and don't worry about me, I will be better. But thank you so much for asking. Hello to Andy. Hello, Andy saying, can't wait to come back to China. I understand why you're saying that, but be patient. I think sometimes, well, one, there is a policy. Most possibly there is a reason. Of course, we can think about it and reflect on the possibility and the plausibility of the policies. But still, in this case, when there is a pandemic, I think the best thing to do is to stay safe and wear a mask and stay away from the crowds, and perhaps adjust your travel plans. But I cannot wait to see you come back. So really great to see that. Thank you very much. And We have Simon saying, please go to local museum and explain some historical artifacts. Would give us some rich historical background of the place. Of course, the general tourist attractions important to be highlighted. Thank you for that comment. I agree with you. Actually, the reason that there are these tourism spots is because Tibet is with a abundant resources of cultural relics, of let's say beautiful and interesting history. And I think in the future we would have a lot of different opportunities to go around and to see different museums, since this is the, let's say, special live stream, special program that will come to you for at least the next following 10 days. So we're on a 14-day travel. It is a railway trip in Tibetan style. In the meantime, also saying hello to An, saying, I love Tibet, thank you. And hello to Zhang Kiran. Dear Niu Niu, how are you? Are you in Lhasa? Actually, I'm not in Lhasa right now. I am in Nyingchi. Nyingchi, we call it Lingzhi in Chinese. Lingzhi. It is a little bit lower, relatively speaking, than Lhasa, and with a bit more oxygen, a bit more trees. Hello to Jenny saying stay safe. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Jessie saying feel free to use your supplemental canned oxygen when you need. Yeah, that might happen in the future when we travel to the county of Shikaz, Rikaze. It is highly possible that we might. You guys might see me doing the live stream while using my oxygen tank. If that happens, no screenshots, no making fun of me. Well, but if you are using it to make a meme or do a fun Photoshop, I cannot really stop you from there. Okay, I also have Nicole Resha saying, I love your dress and the building design behind you. Yes, so these building designs are with local characteristics. And you can see that the, let's say, decorations are really colorful, and in the previous live stream I actually wore a Tibetan style costume and I loved it. It's very colorful with long sleeves, and the both sleeves can actually be worn up together or taken off, or one on one off. So very interesting and practical design. And if you like to, you guys can always watch the playback of the live stream as much as possible, and you can also get to see different aspects of the amazing Tibet. Let's see if you guys have any other things to say. Right now we are standing in basically the center of the tourism spot. Like I was saying, this tourism spot was designed for travelers because this is a good rest stop. So travelers love to come here, get their supply filled up, stay in a homestay and enjoy local food a little bit. And that is why local government decided to construct this place into a little bit more comfortable, with better service kind of place. So we are not really seeing a lot of local people here. There are more or less like hotel or, innkeepers serving and helping tourists here. But you can see that in the center of this town, the construction is still with Tibetan style. You get to see a lot of different symbols. For example, the pink lotus flower resembles enlightenment, and also we can see some triumph flags. And since the main religion of Tibetan people would be the Tibetan Buddhism, you can still pick up a little bit of that element here as well. So different kind of, wow, different kind of style, but all very beautiful and colorful. I was just looking at that angle. Take a look. You can see the white wall, which is also a characterized style of Tibetan architecture. You can also see the beautiful tree as well as the amazing clouds. In the meanwhile, let me give you a little more information about Lunang, or about Lingzhi. So these two, well, as for Nyingchi, it is actually called the Jiangnan of Tibet. We talked about its forest coverage being over 50%, and Jiangnan in Chinese is actually the southern part of the country, which is a little bit more, let's say, moisturized and a little hotter, and apparently Nyingchi is with this nickname of Jiangnan of Tibet, so Xizang Jiangnan. And for the village, it is one of the region's most famous tourism spot, and it is a district of Nyingchi where the forest coverage, in this little town, we know Nyingchi's forest coverage is over 50%. Actually, for Lunang, the forest coverage is over 80%, which is quite a lot. And as the second season of the documentary A Bite of China premiered in China, Tibetan kids that appeared in the film also caught audience eyes. And today, since we've already talked about it in our caption area, we are going to show you some very interesting delicacies here in Tibet, here in Lunang. So it will be in a very special place, and we will give you a little guess of where that place is. So do not worry about it. We are not only enjoying the beautiful view, we are going to take a look at the local delicacy, or maybe take a taste of the local delicacies as well. Let's see if you guys have any other questions you'd like to ask me in the comment area. Oh, I am showered with comments. Thank you guys so much. Very sweet of you. Suzanne saying, wow, what a view. I agree. This is amazingly beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful. And if you take a look at the mountains over there, you might see some electric towers on top of it. On the way here, I was thinking, when I was only traveling, I used to, resent the electric towers because I think they hammered my perfect pictures. They look ugly in the beautiful mountain view, and I can totally live without them. But gradually, when I started to be a journalist, when I started to travel around and see people around, I see people being lifted out of poverty. I see people living in remote areas, getting their electricity, getting their Wi-Fi signal, getting to be able to talk to people afar, to their kids who are working in other areas, thanks to these infrastructure construction. I started to understand, and I started to forgive these electric tower and then apologize for misunderstanding them. Now when I see them, I do not see them as a hindrance of my perfect pictures anymore. I see them and I know local people are enjoying a better quality of their lives, and it makes me happy. It's the same possible situation here in Lunang. I have seen some articles saying that Lunang used to be a very original farming oriented kind of little town, and it's very authentic and you can go there, but now it is a bit commercialized and I don't like it anymore. But for me, I always feel like it is actually the right things to do. We cannot sacrifice local people's life standards just because we want to preserve the authenticity of the original farming agriculture kind of lifestyle. I think everyone deserves to be able to choose the kind of lifestyles they like, and they deserve to live in a better situation. So if you agree or not agree with me, please let me know in the comment area. And because of the collective effort of the entire, let's say, Chinese people, we have already successfully lifted everyone out of extreme poverty and started to provide the possibility of people to be able to live a better, happier life. And we're still preserving the lovely culture. For example, I'm actually taking you to a place that is well preserved, that is still having local people living in and providing lovely services to local, let's say, culture, and we get to try the very delicious local food, and that is the 石锅鸡 stone pot chicken. So guess where we're going? We'll give you around 5 minutes to take a guess. Let me know in the comment area, and I will see you in the secret place. The view you're appreciating is still in the International Tourism Town of Lunang. Imagine yourself waking up in a town like this and open the curtain of your window, and that's what you see. Great natural resources. Yes, we are moving to another destination, another spot that would allow us to see the traditional local food, a food that is so popular, that is in multiple documentaries, including The Bite of China. We call it 舌尖上的中国, A Bite of China, and it is called Lunang Stone Pot Chicken. 鲁朗石锅鸡, 石头 stone, and 锅 is the pot, 鸡 chicken. I was told it's very delicious. Actually, I tried a little bit yesterday, but I am really looking forward to see how it's made, how it's cooked. So very excited. And in the meanwhile, let's see what are some questions you guys have. We have Yu Li Zhong saying, how about the temperature there now? Actually, the temperature is only around 18 degrees Celsius, so not supposed to be so high. But with the direct sunlight, with the beautiful weather, actually it feels a little bit hotter than that. I can feel my skin being burned a little bit by the sun. So yes, it's not I would say it's pleasant. It's pleasant. That is why from May to August, actually May to August would be the best time to visit Tibet. We mentioned before, briefly before, that when we were trying to book the ticket from Beijing to Tibet, it took a little bit of, let's say, trouble to do that, because this is totally the golden season for tourism and it was booked fully. But you know, pandemic, what can you do? It's not that crowded here, but you can still see some tourists wandering around. And good morning to Sonams. Happy to see you too, and very happy to have all of you saying this place will be very good for travelers. I totally agree. And see what's up, the beautiful view, very beautiful place. I don't think you need much talking. I kind of agree with you. How about you guys enjoy the view a little bit? 我们来欣赏一下风景。As far as I know, there are still many of you who are not only watching from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms. There are also many domestic platforms that we are on. So let's see, what do you guys have to say in some of those platforms? If you're watching let's say in 微博英语环球广播微博，我们来看一看你们有没有什么问题或者想聊的。开阳飞飞 saying 石锅鸡在哪里？石锅鸡马上就来，石锅鸡可能还在路上。So 开阳飞飞 is asking where is the stone pot chicken? Well, the chicken is still running around, but it will be ready very soon, so do not worry about it. And we also have some friends watching from CGTN. Let's see, what do you have, or is there any questions you'd like to ask? If there are any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment area. While you're enjoying the beautiful view, you're watching a special series of live stream of the series railway trip in Tibetan style. It will last for around, well, actually it is a 14-day special live broadcast, and it will have last you at least 10 days later. Not only are we traveling in Lhasa, which is the provincial capital of Tibet, we're also traveling in other places, including Nyingchi, that is where we are right now, as well as Shikaz. Shikaz would be our next destination, so you can totally look forward to it. We have Vivian saying, is that chicken soup cooked by stone pot? Yes, actually it is a kind of chicken soup, but it's not only chicken soup, but also the chicken itself is really tasty and very nutritious, because they would add in a lot of different, let's say, ingredients, and we are about to take a look. So don't worry, we are getting there really soon. And Bim saying good morning from Nepal. Hi, happy to have you. Very nice, beautiful sounds. Thank you very much. Vivian saying you don't need to use umbrella. It looks like it's hot weather there. It's really hot, but I want to be able to see you perfectly, and that is why I'm not wearing a mask, as well as a umbrella. So, and Kabon saying looks sunny there. What's the temperature? It's 18 degrees Celsius. And Goshi, I love China. Thank you for sharing that comment. And we have Simon Lee saying, agree that process has its trade-off. Generally, the lifting of poverty is commendable. Well done. Thank you for saying that. Very nice of you. And walking on the wood. Yes, that's what we were doing. Who is your right? Who is your right walking on the wood? I'm not really sure who you're asking, but I guess we are already moving into a special place, Let me show you. Do not worry, we're getting there. Ta-da! Hi guys, I'm back. In case you were enjoying the view and forgot all about me, I am standing here with the view together. So yes, right now I am still in Lunang International Tourism Town, or adjacent to it. So this place is still Lunang, but it is not within the tourism commercialized area anymore. Actually, we are right now standing in a little homestay, a little yard, little homestay, and in Chinese we call it 家庭旅馆, 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 a family hotel, a homestay. As you can see, the architecture as well as the designing of this place is still very, in a sense, let's say, original and authentic. And we also have our lovely host here, our lovely owner here. 杨金姐姐，你好。你好。你好，你好，你好。啊，你可以跟大家打个招呼吗？ Just say hi to them. Hi， 大家好。
嗨，大家好，我是美兰杨金，我是这边属于那个西藏的，西藏林芝鲁兰镇。
Ah, so Yang Jin is the name, and Miss Yang Jin here is actually a local, and she is with the ethnicity of Tibet. So Tibetan people, very local Tibetan people, and she is also the owner of this beautiful homestay. 您是这边老板娘？
就是
老板娘，是不是？
我是那个我们家民宿叫好嗨友度假民宿，以后欢迎来我家做客。
So, Yang Jin 姐姐 or sister Yang Jin is saying you're very welcome to come here and enjoy the beautiful view as well as the local dialect here. So, 姐姐您刚才是在准备做石锅鸡是吗？
对。
那现在鸡在楼下还是在楼上啊？
楼上。
楼上，那我们现在上楼好吗？不，我们现在上楼吧。
对，先上。
Okay, so let's go upstairs and check out this lovely place as well as the fun stone pot chicken. 我们来上楼看一下这个石锅鸡。Let's go. Follow me. It's a little bit dark, but don't worry about it. 您这边都是自己的房子是不是？
对。
原来就是自己的房子。
对。
So this is actually her original home.
就是怎么说呢？这个房子是原来的盖房，就是老房子。
老房子。So we say this is not a modern style house. It's rather a traditional Tibetan style house, which is why it's a little bit dim and the light is a little bit dim and dark, but do not worry about it. And even though I am the guest here, I have to say it's fun for me to check out where they originally stay in a little bit. So actually this is where they stay in. 我们来先看一下他们的房间. As you can see, it's playing in a very beautiful way. And there is, a little guitar hanging up there. I think it's a ukulele. Hanging up there with beautiful pictures. I think I've just discovered the secret of the delicious food. That is the firewood here. 他们烧饭还在用柴火烧啊，柴火烧一定很好吃，是不是？ It can be very lovely. And this is, 这是您住的地方是吗？
这是我厨房。
厨房 So this is a small kitchen.
就是自己家来的话，就是这边环境比较空间比较小嘛，所以比较暖和一点，冬天。所以就这个烧炉子就。又为了暖和，又为了那个做饭，
方便是不是？
就是都可以。
姐姐是的呢。So she just told me that actually here you get to see that this is originally or normally not a place for guests. It's more like for people who are actually living here, and when they're here, when it's winter time, they would stay here and they will keep them warm because it's smaller, and they would use the firewood to not only keeping them warm but also cook. And for some reason, we believe that 柴火饭更好吃啊. If you're using firewood, it will taste even better. So this is their private kitchen that we are going in, and now let's go to the living room. 我们去客厅看一看啊。我们去客厅。So here, this would be the living room. Again, like we mentioned earlier, this is also a place with really colorful decoration, 非常五彩缤纷的很斑斓的一个装饰 very colorful decoration. And up here you can even see some meat hanging up there. 这是您这挂的是什么肉啊？
牛油。
牛油。So it's
咱也是包饺子啊，包包子的时候就是那个什么。可以
放一些。
放一点啊。
So this is kind of like edible oil, yeah.
饺子馅里面你们不是有
放油？对，是的。These are animal oil. They would hunt up there. So once there are special occasions when they need to make some dumplings, they would put the oil in, and it will be very delicious. And right here we see some. These household appliances are very nice, and it's like my home. It feels homey. That's the beauty of homestays. You feel homey in homestays. And this is fun. Take a guess. What is this? 大家来猜一下这是什么？ Because I didn't get it right originally, so I want you guys to take a guess. We have Rutwork saying it's such an interesting looking place. Can't wait to see more of it. Seeing new places help me feel a little less stuck where I am at. I totally agree with you. I understand what you're saying, and sometimes we need a little bit of getaway. No matter if the getaway is our real physical getaway from our geographical places, or the little getaway you enjoy, a mental getaway, an hour of live stream with me here. We are usually live streaming in multiple platforms, and we would love for you to follow us and see more about the lovely Tibet. And we have 欧美追随者 saying this host is very nice. Thank you very much. And we also have Traveling Digital. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I agree with you. I know it's perfect if I can travel. Well, you can travel yourself, but I would like to say the next best thing would be travel with me. And yes, we are here in the living room, but the most important part of this kitchen would actually be the stone pot chicken. 所以我们来看一看石锅鸡到底是怎么做的。我们来问一问吉阳姐姐这个石锅鸡的做。所以您可以帮我们介绍一下材料吗？ Would you care to introduce us to all these ingredients?
马上啊。
您慢一点没有关系。Actually, the reason that it's very special is because local let's say local people provide this special stone pot, 石锅. The stone pots contains different, actually tens of different micro elements that are really suitable for or healthy for people. So when they're using this special stone pot to boil the, let's say, the chicken, it will make sure that some of the microelement would also go into the soup so you can take in, and it is really good to your health. On top of that, all the special ingredients are also considered very healthy very healthy in combination of the chicken itself. As for the chicken, it is also special as well because the chicken is a local chicken that in Chinese we call it 走地鸡. 走 means to walk. 地 is the ground and 鸡 is the chicken. 走地鸡 means the chicken are free, they're enjoying a very pollution-less environment, and when they are hungry, they would eat some grass and maybe eat some bugs on the ground. They are not kept in a small cage, which makes their meat extra chewy with a lot of protein and less fat. So the taste of the chicken would also be better. And we're looking at a chicken here. Ooh. And yes, let's take a look at all these ingredients. So we know a lot of different ingredients here, and I am very curious about some of them. 您能帮我们介绍一下这几个特别的药材吗？我看他们是药材，对不对？ They are traditional herb medicine.
这叫松茸。
松茸是吗？松茸。
松茸。
松茸是什么呀？
咱那个当地的那个蘑菇。
是一种蘑菇，对不对？ It is actually a kind of mushroom.
有贵重的蘑菇。
对 ，it is very valuable and it's very actually very healthy. And we have, actually in English, you can call it Tricholoma masutaki. That is 松茸. It's very expensive because it's really healthy. I think it's really good to your kidney. 那这个是什么呢？
这叫那个党参。
党参，党参 is a kind of, I would say it's a kind of ginseng， 是一种人参，对不对？自己挖的啊，野生的。So it is actually from the wild on the mountain, and well, we will have local people here go and grab some from the ground, and that is just amazing. And we also have some other ones.
这叫手掌参。
手掌参是因为长得像手吗？对。我们来看一下手掌参，它长得像手。Okay, so 手掌参 in Chinese is a palm-like ginseng， 也是一种人参，对不对？自己挖回来的。In English, I got a really complicated name. I'm not really sure if you know what it is, but it's Gymnadenia comnopsia. This is the English name. If you know what it is, great. If you don't, you can call it palm-like ginseng. 像手一样的人参 palm-like ginseng, 手掌参 it works as well. 手掌参。According to traditional Chinese medicine as well as Tibetan medicine, these ingredients are really good for your, let's say, inner energy. And this one is particularly good for kidney for some reason. And I can only imagine if you put all these different ingredients in, all the different mushroom, the very valuable one and the very delicious one, the chicken 也是野生蘑菇 are just going to be amazing. 啊，谢谢。那我们来看一下现在在煮的，现在是在煮吗？
对。
那您可以把这些材料都放进去，给我们看看怎么煮吗？ All right, so we have our lovely host ready to cook the chicken for us. She has already got a pot of 高汤, a broth, in. This looks absolutely great. Oh, these are some potato. So you can see the skin of the potato is pinky, and I think it's because you've washed already. Originally, they're purple. 紫色的皮的土豆. It will be extra creamy, and the texture would be better if you taste it. As for this special stone pot, if you take a closer look, I was told by Yang Jin here that this pot is around 15 kilogram. So really heavy pot, around 15 kilogram. I was even surprised that she can lift it off and put it somewhere else. Really heavy. And I cannot wait for the chicken to be made. The cuisine uses local Tibetan chicken, which are raised in a pollution-free environment and fed on green grass and small bugs. The chicken meat is rich in protein and energy energy but low in fat. The chicken live on the plateau of an elevation of 3,200 to 4,000. So the chickens are, plateau chicken, 高原级. I can only imagine they're being very athletic because I have high altitude sickness and the chickens are, running around really good. Ooh, I think she's putting them in. 你要往里放了是吗? Let's take a look. Okay, that's the special ginseng, 党参. And we've got some 手掌参, palm-looking ginseng. There are also some goji berry I can see. Goji berry would get in a little bit later. It's very nutritious, according to her. It's really good for your health. Ooh. We're putting 松茸 in. 松茸, remember? The masutake. 你一会儿要开火是不是？
对，我就分开一下啊。
好。
我煮了3锅。
There's another pot. She's making 3 pots because the entire team of our railway trip in Tibetan style would actually be able to enjoy this beautiful and delicious cuisine.
今天来不及，然后我今天早上很早就炖了。
So actually she started very early in the morning to prepare because there are too many of us and she really wants us to enjoy the food. And the lady here owns a small homestay. She actually transferred some of her, I'll call it, idle asset. That would be some vacant rooms she has. 您能先把锅帮我们打开一下吗？就让它先煮一下好吗？ Let's boil it a little bit. 然后您就可以去忙了，谢谢姐姐。
好的，我就这2个都加。
好，您加上去，您可以先煮一下。Let's put them onto the stove and start boiling while she has some other business to mind.
这锅特别重。
是有30斤是不是？
差不多30斤。
差不多30斤。So it's very heavy. It's around 15 kilograms.
很重的感觉。
Along with many Tibetan herbal materials such as the ones we talked about, the goji berry. 哦。
这2天买的。
哦，是吗? So this is. You can see the chicken inside.
或者你们吃的时候就2边都尝一下。
好好好。
它味道有可能不一样，就那个新的老的。
会不一样，对不对？
对对。
See,
the
stone pot is very different. The stone pot is very, let's say, vital in this process because she just told me the stone pots, different stone pots would actually provide with a different flavor even if you're using exact same ingredient. And I think we are ready to get it on. It will boil in a short time. And in the meanwhile, let's say hello to some of you who are sending in messages. We have someone asking how much does it cost to live here? Let's ask her. 我们去问一下姐姐，我们在这里住一晚要多久啊？在您家住一晚要多少钱？
多少钱是吧？现在我就下架了。
哦，是吗？
因为是疫情
原因啊。那平均是多少啊？
平均的话就200多。
200多一晚上吗？对。Wow, it only takes around 200 yuan to stay here. 那您在您这儿吃饭呢？
吃饭是吧？
吃饭另算是不是？
吃饭就单独算钱。吃
饭单独算钱啊。Okay, you can stay here. You can also.
就早餐带早餐，就那个早餐自己晚上就说，然后我就写个说明书放在桌子上面。是的呢。
跟
他们说那个。
对，特别好。
我住在这边嘛，然后客人住在那边，然后我就桌子上面放个说明书。需要早餐就给我打电话。就跟你说啊，谢谢姐姐。对，就那个。
Actually, we have this special provide.
晚上说了就我做，不然。
明白。我要跟大家讲一下，他们听不懂您说，他要听我说，您等我跟他们讲一下哦。Actually, staying here, you can stay here for 200 yuan per night, and also if you need special, let's say breakfast, you can leave a note because our host actually also live in this area. The homestay area is just adjacent to where she lives, so you leave a note in the previous night and she will know to prepare the nice breakfast for you. In the meanwhile, we have some other questions here. We see Kaban saying, in Tibet, do they eat spicy fish? Spicy dish. Yes, they have really lovely spicy dish. Actually, I tried some already. It tastes really good. Rick saying, I'm getting hungry now. I can only imagine you getting hungry because I am pretty hungry myself. And Muhammad saying, oh, hello to you too. And we have Sujan saying, that yellow bowl dish look like yarsha gumba. I'm not really sure what is the delicious dish you were talking about, but I can, in my eyes, I can only see the lovely stone pot chicken 石锅鸡。现在可以看到上面飘着很多的蘑菇，很多的香料啊。Ooh, it smells so good. 闻着好香哦。And it's already giving, I think it's ready to get bubbly. Do you get audio quo? Why you stop so abruptly? Well, I think that perhaps has already been adjusted, hopefully. And we have Yummy Love saying, love is the most important ingredient. Yes, I think she puts a lot of love in as well. And how many are in your team? Well, the team we are live streaming here is only the 5 of us. We have amazing team, making sure you guys get to see the most beautiful view and most authentic local culture as you can. And as for the Railway Trippin Tibetan style team, actually there are 14 of us, and we are going to come here and enjoy the beautiful and delicious 石锅鸡 stone pot chicken together. So yes, you can have a sneak peek on all of our platforms, including CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and 英语环球广播微博, as well as all the platforms of CGTN and China Plus Culture. Great platforms. Make sure you follow. And we also have more of you saying you're hungry, you're going to try something new, and talking about 牛油. Yes, cow butter. And I like all the cupboards. Oh, I agree. In this place, the cupboards are also very lovely and with a very local style. And I think they're boiling right now. But the boiling of a stone pot chicken would be a little bit slower because the stones are special in this local area. That is why we call it Lunang stone pot chicken. And the boiling can be a little bit slow. However, the taste would be extra great. Let's see. Oh, we got some more questions here. We have Danelle saying, this is super interesting and making me hungry. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And I'm sorry for making you hungry, but this is what I do, providing you with delicious food. Also, hey, Niu, you forgot to tell what was that. Oh, you were right. Let's go. I'll give you the clue of it. I previously asked the question about what is this special, interesting blue and white thing you're looking at right now. Actually, this is a television cover. It's super three-dimensional, and that is why I think for the first look, I didn't actually get to, let's say, didn't actually correctly guess what it was, and that's why I asked you about it. And in this dining room, we are going to enjoy our lunch here in this dining room. We're enjoying the amazing stone pot chicken, and we are going to sit in this lovely environment. So for the last shout out, if there's any other things you'd like to say, you can let me know in the comment area. And if not, I am already very hungry, and perhaps it's time for me to eat the chicken. Oh, there are some. Okay, William saying, we love China. William saying, greetings from San Francisco. Thank you for the greetings. And also, know that blue-white cover behind her. She asked what it is because she didn't get it first time. That's true. That blue-white cover was actually a cover for the television, and you can actually touch the flowers on, so very three-dimensional. I think it's cute to see the crochet. Rick saying, do they give discounts for working? I can chop wood and play her song on the guitar. Oh, that is very hilarious. I will ask her for you. I'm not really sure how much of a discount she can provide, since 200 yuan is already really a bargain. And thank you guys so much for staying with us for this amazing 1 hour. Actually, I think the chicken is about to be ready, and I am already very hungry. So For the last time, thank you guys so much for staying with us. This is Railway Trip in Tibetan Style special series of live stream brought to you by Niao myself to all the platforms, any platforms you are watching right now. In the following 10 days, we are going to bring you more interesting stuff, both culture related and natural related stuff here in Tibet. Not only in Lhasa, Nyingchi, but also Shikaz. And if you're interested in the culture about it, you can always stay with us, stay with our live streams as well as videos, pictures, anything you can find with us. Thank you so very much. We will see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.